Aloha, Sylvan Bell coming to you live from Oahu, Waimea Bay, May 24, 2016. Perfect day to talk about sales training, 8:20 in the morning. And we're talking about what you can learn from a cult, right? You know, a cult. And a lot of times cults have bad shadows around them, for lack of better terms. They got bad feelings around them. But there's a lot of things that you can take from them and go, how do I make this work for my sales process? How do I make this work for my marketing process? And one of them is the group experience. So, you know, a lot of times there's these trainings that you go through, and they're like a weekend or a couple of days, and they put you through the ringer. But what happens is, over time, everybody builds like this cohesion. Everybody builds like this bond, because they all went through a similar experience. And like, you know, you think about like a lot of the military things that people have to go through, and I think of the Navy SEALs. You know, it's basic training is difficult. Then you go to the Navy SEALs, it's really difficult, and it's the elite of the elite. And you know, those guys consider each other brothers, like their family, because they went through the same type of process. And you could use that to your advantage, that when you're talking about people in your industry, in your niche, and you're like, but Scott, how do I do that? Okay, well, one of the easiest things that you could do in 2016 is you could create a Facebook group, right? And you could give somebody the access to it based upon whatever the rules are. Now you have to check Facebook's terms of service and their agreement, because I don't want to give you bad advice, because like sometimes that changes. But like, you could give somebody access to a group, right, in order for them to make them feel special. Because when people feel special, they have a higher chance of buying something. Doesn't mean they're going to. They have a higher chance of buying something from you. So you give them inclusion. You put them inside of a group. You use inclusion. That's something you could learn from a cult to make your sales process or your marketing process better. And you're like, but Scott, how can I do this? Okay, I'm thinking you could use a contest. You could use a select group of test people. You could send out some mailers and say, here's a password to get in. There's a lot of different ways for you to do this, but you put them on the inside and then you let them interact with each other. Now, you're gonna have to moderate, because you know, there's gonna be a little bit of headbutting, or it's gonna cause some problems, and you're gonna wanna pay attention for people leaving negative comments, because like some people you don't want at the party, right? You gotta, hey, bouncer dude. And the guy's like, yeah, kick him out. And then they carry him out by the shirt, throw him to the door, get out of here, right? So you're gonna have to do some moderating and set some ground rules, and you're gonna find out a lot of information. You're gonna get the inside scoop on what people really think about your product or your service if you ask them. Now here's the thing, if you got a lot of people telling you the same thing, then it's a problem. If you got one person out of 1,000 telling you something, it might be something to look into. But if you got like a whole bunch of people, it's a problem. That's how you could use cult type information to make your sales or marketing process better, right? Inclusion. Get them included somehow in a group and get them to talk about their experience. I can think of a couple of different courses that I went through, and I think of the people who were in the course with me, because we went through a lot of hard stuff. It was like 20 hours a day. And they did let us use the bathroom, and they did let us eat together. But that bond afterwards, it was like, bam, you know, I counted that person like a really close friend, even though it was like 3 days. Like, this guy's heard the dirt on me. I've told him the good, the bad, and the ugly, everything about me. That's how you use a cult to your advantage for marketing or for sales, okay? Inclusion in a group, okay? Now, if you could do a small favor for me, in the box down below, leave a comment, question, or story. That'd be fantastic. To the right, to the left, there's a subscribe button. You know what you gotta do, you gotta subscribe. And then you can send it out to all your friends via StumbleUpon, Facebook, Twitter, Google+. Why not even LinkedIn? Sylvan Bell. We'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. Aloha.